Today I'm making violet tart. Violet like the flowers. But first, an apology for my prolonged absence of almost a month. Self-isolating has, to be honest, taken its toll on my mental health. I didn't just lie around indoors though, because I know fresh air and sunshine are good for you, so... If you too are struggling a bit, I've added a minute of birdsong I filmed in my garden to the end of the video. I hope it cheers you a little. Anyways, for violet tart, we're gonna need some violets. If you're lucky, you'll find them growing in big clumps like this. But more likely in patches like this, several sort of smaller plants close together. Or, like here, what I like to refer to as challenge mode, among other plants. Once you train your eye, you'll find them. Here there's one by the tulips, and a few more over here by the euphorbia. Collect a good handful, but leave the white ones. My grandma said they belong to the fairies, and I have no reason to doubt her. The scent is magnificent. First, let's make the crust. You'll need 375 grams of flour, 60 grams of ground almonds, 100 grams of sugar, 250 grams of your favorite vegan butter substitute, and 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. And a lemon. I forgot the lemon here, but trust me. Grind up the flaxseed and watch the spoon move around as if by magic. Now get out the kitchen machine, or if you don't have one of those, use elbow grease. Add flour, almonds, sugar, flaxseed, and the butter, and turn on the machine. Now add lemon zest, which I forgot earlier. And because things didn't quite come together, I'm adding a tablespoon of water. That seems to have done it. Give the dough a short knead just until it's smooth and all the crumbs are incorporated. Then place the dough in the fridge for an hour. The next step is kind of fiddly. We're taking the violet petals off the stems. Try to get as little green as possible. The easiest, if that's the word, way I have found to do this is to pinch the bottom of each flower in one hand and then pull the petals away with the other. Put on a podcast or a Twitch stream. We're gonna be here for a while. Set a few blossoms aside in some water for decoration later. Now get out 700 milliliters oat or rice milk, vanilla extract, and 60 grams of sugar. To infuse violet flavor into the milk, simmer it on low heat for about 20 minutes and then let it sit for an hour. I let it sit overnight. Again, I had a bit of a situation. So, get out the dough for the crust and roll it out between 2 layers of baking paper. Flip it over into your baking dish and press the sides. Use a light touch. If there's any holes, just use leftover dough to fix them. Now poke the bottom with a fork and bake at 150 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. To turn the violet milk into a tart filling, you'll need about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. But first, let's get the violet petals out. Put the milk on the hob and heat it slowly. Do not let it boil, since that tends to make milk alternatives curdle. Now dissolve the cornstarch in water. A fork works best for this. Add the starch to the milk and heat, again slowly, while stirring occasionally. Heat almost to boiling, turn down the heat, then heat again, almost to boiling. Do this 2 or 3 times until you notice the milk turning a custard consistency, then take it off the hob. By now the crust will be done. Take it out of the oven and let it cool. Once you're happy with the consistency of your filling, fill the crust. I'm using a sieve because I do not trust my ability to produce a custard without clumps. Now dry off the violets you kept behind for decoration, and use your artistic judgment when deciding where to place them. I'm also adding a sprinkle of violet sugar that I made last year, and if I remember, I'll add the link to that video. And we're done! Now just let the filling cool and firm up, and it's time to eat! I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, why not subscribe?